can you tell when your T levels are low? Technically, as you get older in your transition and you actually like are further on hormones, I personally couldn't tell. So I was off hormones for a few weeks because there was a problem and I wasn't able to get my hormones. Like, I was like, I need my hormones badly, and I was kind of worried because I was like, last time I took an extended period off my hormones, which was just because I just couldn't. My doctor was like, okay, he was busy one day and he was like, okay, let's try and push it to 18 days, I believe, which I used to be like 2 weeks, so that's why it was pushed more. Mind you, only works 2 days a week. So I was like, but I could feel it bad when this was early on hormones, like before 6 months. I can't remember exactly when, but I could feel it so bad that I was not really good in the head. I was, so I could tell kind of like my levels were kind of off, but I could tell maybe July, so like 3 or so months. I don't know exactly, but I could so tell that my hormone levels were off just because of how bad I was, and it was mostly mental. I was just like not okay in the head, and like I was worried like later when I ran out of hormones, and I was like, oh crap, am I gonna go that low again? And just because of my hormones again. And in the beginning, no, yes, you can feel it, but later I didn't feel it. And I was off for a few weeks, and like I'm like now weekly shots, so it's kind of more regulated. But since I was off for a while, like over like 2 weeks, I can't remember, but can't remember exactly. But 2 shots I missed. Yeah, 2 shots I missed, and I didn't feel it. I didn't feel really any effect. So I'm like, and like I knew my levels were low because I know around my average level because I had my levels checked often enough, and I knew I was lower than I wanted, which I want to be around the 500 range by my end cycle, and I knew I was below that because 2 weeks had gone by, and I know around that I'm good around I get low around 10 days. 10 days, I'm a little bit lower than my what I want. I'm actually pretty low at 10 days. Days from my previous experiences with shots. So in the beginning, I'd say yes, you can feel like the dip in your hormone levels, but I thought it would last, but it doesn't, or else I would have felt it. So really, the only way to know your hormone levels is actually just like get blood work. So I'm sorry if you're afraid of needles, but it's really the only way to know if you're low or not. No, I'd say like only if you're really early on T, you might be able to, but not everyone might have that. I don't know. That was just my personal experience of just going downhill on just because of my hormones. Once I was too long without it. So maybe it is just me, or maybe I was just having a really bad few days in between the waiting, and it just deprived my mental health or something. I just don't know exactly, but I was assuming it was because of hormone levels, because like soon after I got my shot, I was a lot better, but not like immediately after, because that's not how it works. Or could have been the placebo effect. I don't know for that, but yeah. So in the beginning, I'd say there might be a way for you to know if your hormone levels are low, but then overall, you can't really know your hormone levels are low unless you get blood work to tell and check for you. But maybe you can in the beginning. Like I said, I thought I would say I did in the beginning. No, my hormone levels were low just because of how I was feeling emotionally, and hormones can really screw up with your emotions with switching hormones and all that, and your levels. So maybe, I don't know fully, but like yeah, and that actually ended up event actually helped push and not have me always do my shot at the doctor's office. All of a sudden I started doing them at home. Even though I could do my shots I did my own shots for a few times before that, because I had them do 4 shots for me. So I was doing my own shots for a bit, so I ended up getting the needles and was able to do it at home if I couldn't have his go for an appointment, or like he wasn't gonna be there that day. So yeah. So it was kind of good progress, but it also was really bad. But you can't really tell if your hormone levels are low, technically, but you might be able to if you're very early on. So yeah.